This is Doc Deason's weather. 2 decades of severe weather experience here for you when it counts. This is Doc Deason's weather, live now.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are at 5:05, and I hope you've had a good day before Election Day. Watching a couple of storms here that we want to talk about. First off, we've got this storm which was just gone tornadic over, let's call it, northwestern Titus County. This storm weather service just issuing the tornado warning as we were coming in here, and that's going to be tornado warning for Titus County. And the storm there along Highway 271 right now there, northeast of Winfield. This will be north of Mount Pleasant. That thing is moving northeast at about 40 to 50 miles an hour, and they are going to be dealing with tornadoes 2 years to the date after another significant outbreak that we had back in 2022. If you saw my update this morning, you saw us talk a little bit about that again. This is going to be north of Mount Pleasant, heading up into Red River County here shortly. This will pass well south and east of Clarksville, but you folks there in northwestern, north central sections of Titus County, be mindful of that as this thing continues to scoot off to the northeast. Here's a look at general movement on that. So we want to be definitely mindful of that. If you are especially north and east of 271, heading up, you guys along Highway 71. And any of those arteries, again, east of 271, be mindful of that. Some towns that we're thinking about right now, White Oak, there's Bridges Chapel, Midway. This will probably pass just to the north and west of you guys as we just kind of continue to keep an eye on a pretty volatile environment this afternoon. Hadn't done a whole lot so far, but it finally seems to be kind of starting to kind of get its act together a bit. And so that's the first tornado warning of the day. Again, that's going to be for folks in Titus County. Also to the south, we've got severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County now. This will be for the storms that are passing across the easternmost part of Tyler. Could be a little bit of hail in there. And this will be east side of downtown, eastern side of town, east loop there. There's Highway 64. There's 110 that cuts off to the south. So the heaviest of the activity will continue to scoot off over Highway 31. This will head out and cross the 271 corridor right there, probably near Owentown. Eventually, it looks like this is going to skate just to the west of you guys in Chapel Hill. So do keep that in mind, and that not a tornadic situation per se at the moment, just one of the more garden variety thunderstorms there of about 60 mile an hour winds, less than 1 inch hail. Didn't think hail was going to be a real big producer today per se in a lot of these storms. The wind has been the overwhelming piece of concern for all this. And so that continues to kind of show itself out today. And the reason for the warning here for the Smith County storm is that potential for that up to 60 mile an hour wind. You guys on the west side of Tyler, you're seeing nothing at all. Probably a pretty good show off to the east of you now. and we had some pretty good rain here at the house just off the South Loop about 10, 15 minutes or so ago, but haven't really had much in the way of wind at all here in a bit. It was a windy day, but I haven't seen any from that particular storm at our place here. White House looks like it's not going to get too much. No, Heather, it does not. You guys will stay, at least with this round, that'll stay out of your way. So probably pretty glad for that. A lot of folks are kind of keyed up with the first event so much of the fall season, kind of our secondary severe weather season, gets going around the 1st of November, and that'll carry its way through all of November and December. We've worked plenty of severe weather events during the month of December and right around a couple of days either side of Christmas across these parts. So not really surprised by any of this as we kind of move on through that secondary, not nearly usually as busy as the spring primary severe weather season is for us. Get a lot of rain, Ambers, in Canton, between Canton and Martins Mill. Okay, good deal, Amber. Glad you got some moisture. You know, it was just a couple weeks ago we couldn't squeeze some moisture out if we wanted to, and now we're in a little bit different position, and we're glad for that. Let's take a look at those western counties while we are looking at this here for a second. In the showers and thunderstorms, here's the Fort Worth radar right now. Still quite a bit of rain out there, and some additional stuff trying to develop along a boundary which is moving toward the area from the west. These storms, we were talking about Canton a while ago, I'll get some towns and whatnot on there. So there's Grand Saline and Canton, some moderate to heavy rainfall there. Over Van Zandt County, nothing severe at the moment. Had some stronger looking storms crossing the Henderson-Van Zandt County line earlier. Those seem to have kind of lost some of their steam. So we're glad for that. And showers and whatnot back over Anderson County as well. Still very much garden variety stuff at the moment. The environment is not garden variety, but at least the storms are maintaining themselves in that way. So that's good news there. Let's see what we have here additionally from the Weather Service. Not much else going on, at least at the moment. They're continuing that tornado warning up into southeastern Oklahoma, up into Sevier, Arkansas, and McCurtain County, Oklahoma. Let's get back on this storm over Titus County. We have a minute for that, so let's take advantage of that with only one tornado warned storm. So this thing continues north and good ways north of Mount Pleasant. In fact, let's pull this back over onto, let's go back over here on radar scope. It's usually a bit easier to try to interpolate some of this stuff. So if we've got anything rotating, it's going to be south, south and east of Talco, I'd say on the east side of 271, to try to give you some landmarks there on that. So that's going to be, if we have rotation, Weather Service does have the tornado warning out for that section of Titus County, but that's the only one we have at the moment. And we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Again, here's Mount Pleasant down here. So this is going to be a good ways north of Mount Pleasant. Not too far from the county line, honestly. So we're in, I'd say you're definitely in the northern part of the county with this thing. For folks who may be in Titus County and not necessarily familiar with geography and whatnot, but north central, northwestern sections of the county right now. Getting dark there, Michael, just east of Holly Lake Ranch. Okay, thanks for watching from there, man. Appreciate it. Tornado risk for Henderson County, Tinsley. Not so much at the moment. You guys were not included in the original tornado watch box that was issued back earlier this afternoon. They went as far south as the Van Zandt County line with that and opted not to go any further south. May end up doing something with that later potentially, but we'll have to wait and see what the Weather Service opts to do on that. It has appeared for the past couple of days that the better severe weather production as far as tornadoes go and whatnot is going to be north of I-20, and so that was kind of where they were more concentrating in as far as that watch box was concerned earlier on in the day. So we'll come back to let's come back to this here in a second. I haven't seen any additional comments out of northern Titus County at the moment, so that's good. A lot of times in these cases, no news is good news. If something big news comes out, usually it means something big happens. So we'll just hope that continues to be a quiet warning that goes on and goes out without any problems. Will they extend the watch east, Jamie? Good question. Might. Wouldn't be unheard of, especially going into the evening hours. We get a little bit more wind at the surface and just off the surface, what we call the low-level jet, which can kind of kick in to get closer to dark, which ain't too long from now. I mean, 5:14, and this new standard time regime, so it'll be dark here before 6 o'clock, and so that'll be something that we obviously want to be mindful of, and some changes in the atmosphere that happen when you go into that nighttime period, and some things start to adjust themselves for the nighttime pattern. So yeah, and as far as where they go east with it, quite possibly could do that. I would expect they probably would go east as far as that area north of I-20. Probably very well could do that. Oh, thanks, Chris. Some pictures. Okay, appreciate that. Off Old Jacksonville. I'll take a look at those in a second. And that reminds me too, while we're at it here, if you've got pictures or questions, concerns, but especially pictures and things that we might be able to share with folks, feel free to drop those in the email for me, doc@docdeason.com. We are streaming on Facebook, also YouTube, and I'll have to check. I think we're streaming. Got the stream going on Instagram. I know we've been trying to do that here of late, so we're working on that. I'll say that much. So that's something that's potentially in the cards for us down the line. But I know we're up on Facebook and also on YouTube, so that helps to spread the word on things a little bit more. As we come up on 5:16, we've got again tornado warning for the folks who are in, let's see here, into Titus County. And that, let me go back here and see when that will expire. So they went ahead and initially did Franklin County, Morris, and Titus counties. So let's see, where is our expiration time on that? So that goes officially till 5:45. So that gives us a bit more time here to keep tabs on that. Showers again, northern Smith County right now, northeastern Smith County. The rainfall continues, at a pretty decent clip. There's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, so these things can drop some hefty rainfall totals in a pretty short amount of time. The rain that we get north and east of the city of Tyler now completely, so we're talking to folks back up 271 towards Winona. That's where the heaviest of the rain will be at shortly. And Hawkins, you guys getting some modest rainfall there. Hawkins over to Big Sandy. And that'll be, these things moving north and east at a pretty good clip. But we have additional showers and thunderstorms coming up behind that. So just because the rain exits your area doesn't mean that you're done by any stretch. Okay, showers back Natchez down into Cherokee County there west of Rusk. And so that rainfall will continue to come northward. You guys, Jacksonville, going to get you a pretty good shower here shortly, as will folks out between Rusk and Palestine. Pretty good rainfall right now. Hail tonight, Emily. People asking about that. I know a lot of folks are concerned about the hail. I don't think hail is going to be as big of a potential issue tonight as wind could be. Not saying it's a slam dunk that it will be, but more likely scenario with this kind of setup is going to be for some strong straight line winds. And that tornado threat, again, is lurking with anything, especially a storm that can get going out by itself away from other storms, as in like a squall line, one of these solid lines of storms which just lines up and there's no breaks. Those areas usually, or those types of situations usually end up being more problematic and producing more in the way of wind as opposed to hail, but the tornado threat can be broken off in there as well. Okay, as we sit, the rainfall back over Henderson County, some sizable showers there, Murchison. That'll be coming up into the Edom area shortly. You guys in Chandler, you're going to kind of dodge the bullet there, at least for the time being, with better rainfall back over further west, and then the showers back towards Frankston. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Terry, I'd say there is going to be some tornado threat with the more organized line coming through. Those will be more, if you see something in there, it'll be more embedded within the line itself. Those are harder to spot, but you look for those any area on the line where you have some kind of bowing where the line kind of pushes out. The tail end of these lines can sometimes be a little bit more problematic for things like that as well. But that's yet to be determined on if there are more of those to be worried about here tonight with the main line. We'll have to just kind of watch and see where we are. You bet, Joyce. Glad you're here. So I figure we'll hang here for a few minutes and get this tornado warning storm out of northern Titus County. Good, Wade. It works well for me, man. It's worked real good for me. So Weather Service is talking now. They've got a new tornado watch, which will be coming out shortly to answer the question about are they going to extend it east. I said, yeah, I figure they will. That'll cover Cherokee County, Russ County, Harrison, Cass. So yeah, that'll definitely include Smith County then, if they're going as far south as Cherokee and Russ. So that's gonna cover a good chunk of our area. And Weather Service, so they coordinate those with the Storm Prediction Center up in Norman, Oklahoma. They get on a conference call, decide who needs to be in, who needs to be out, and then they'll process that and bring the watch online here, probably before 6 o'clock, to kind of get folks out ahead where the storms seem to have a little bit better ability to now get going and show some signs of strength. So that'll cover a large piece of the area here in the next little bit. But again, the only warning we have as far as tornadoes go is this guy up here north of Mount Pleasant about to exit over into Red River County. And again, 2 years ago, we had the Morris County and the Red River County had an EF3 and an EF4 on November the 4th. And as I was talking about it this morning in my Facebook update at about 7:30, we did Thanksgiving in Broken Bow that year, drove through Red River County, saw some of the damage. It was chilling to see it several weeks after the fact. But, even though we are not in spring, we can get some big tornadoes out of a setup like this. And so that day was proof of that. And we've had numerous days in years past where we've had some big tornadoes, even during the month of November and also December as well. So let's see here. Let's put the stop on that for now. Tyson, Big Sandy tonight. I mean, yeah, you'll have some showers and thunderstorms in the Big Sandy area. Nothing crazy. We got the severe thunderstorm warning still out for you guys for another 21 minutes. So that'll take it to, I guess it's 5:45, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds potentially in this core that's down here on the south side of Winona. That's moving northeast at, what's the forward speed on this thing? Northeast at 25, north at 25. So, that'll continue to kind of shoot off in your direction. So moving, just not moving quite due north, more a little bit northeast there on that. So Tyler's quiet for now. Chapel Hill, most of Smith County, with the exception of that pocket up there along the Smithwood and Upshur County line. So we'll keep an eye on that. Nothing Longview, Kilgore. You guys quiet for now. Gladewater, you're seeing a decent shower off to the west of you. Rusk County, all's quiet, as well as folks down into Nacogdoches County and Deep East Texas haven't seen much. Didn't think the severe weather threat was going to be in this area as early. Talking about Deep East Texas, potential for that will be later on this evening and into the overnight hours, but still something to be aware of for later on tonight. This is kind of our first run at the severe weather in quite a while. So if you've got NOAA Weather Radio, be sure you've got that thing dialed into the right frequency. A lot of folks kind of put those things in the drawer during the summer and don't worry about them. And so you might check your battery in that thing and be sure you've got it on the right frequency. Be sure something didn't get out of whack on it if you use it and depend on it. So we definitely don't want you to get caught off guard overnight tonight or this evening as things potentially have at least the potential to get cranking later on. Looks like that watch box is coming out now, so a lot of folks will probably be getting text messages to that effect. So let's see here what the Weather Service is going to do. Let's see. They're going to run with let's see. So they're going to extend the watch that's in place for the western counties until 8 o'clock. So we got Van Zant, Hopkins, Rains County. They'll extend that watch until 8 o'clock. So those counties come under the Fort Worth Weather Service office jurisdiction. And then you got a whole separate jurisdiction when you cross over into Smith County, Wood County, Franklin County, and all those points east of there. So I have a feeling that watch box will go a little bit later into the night than just 8 o'clock for the western counties. But we'll wait and see what Weather Service and SP decides to do on that. Showers and thunderstorms up into Oklahoma. You got a couple of tornado warnings that are in play. There's the watch box. So let's see what they decided to do. Yeah, I can hear it coming out on the NOAA Weather radios now. So they're going to call that a watch box for, let's see here, 6 hours and 33 minutes. So I guess they go till midnight on that. Yeah, so they're going to include Bowie, Camp, Cass, Cherokee, Franklin, Gregg, Harrison, Marion, Morris, Red River, Rusk, Smith, Titus, Upshur, and Wood. So that's a good chunk of real estate there. Again, that I-20 corridor there and northward is how they'll kind of define it. You can see the red box going up into southeast Oklahoma. Kind of a, not the biggest watch box that I've ever seen, but it's still, again, a good size. When you can see the size of the watch box that affects the western counties, see how much bigger that is. It goes from out, between Fort Worth and Abilene all the way up to north of Tulsa. Contrast that with this smaller box here that we're talking about, which gets up just south of Mena and then over to just east or west of Shreveport, down to near Carthage, and then over to just west of Tyler. So not a huge box, but still got it there, and we'll have it here till we close off into Election Day. Weather Service has canceled the tornado warning for Franklin and Morris counties, which is no surprise at all, given the position of that thing. So that's good. They're going to continue it for Bowie and Red River and Titus counties. So let's see here. The prompt of the warning, move out of the area. Tornado warning till 5:45. Thunderstorm capable of a tornado near Box Elder, moving northeast at 35. So that is the bulk of the info on that. You bet, Catherine. So let's get back up here and take a look at this guy real quick. I mean, we are barely into Titus County with that thing, but let's see what it looks like on the... Yeah, the bulk of that is really... Here's the county line right here where the cursor's at. So we're looking at it from the Shreveport Weather Service radar's perspective. So these reds here blowing away from Shreveport, the greens blowing in. So that's where your rotational couplet is at. And that is, and then here's the county line right here. So not much left of this thing in Titus County, but we'll keep that warning in play until they opt to cancel it. But looks like the bulk of that concern is going to be out of Titus County. And was never a concern for folks in Mount Pleasant and that southern part of the county to begin with. All right. Severe thunderstorm warning continues up here for northern Smith County for another 14 minutes, so we'll get it to 5:45, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's radar indicated. I haven't seen any reports of anybody seeing, winds that approach that level, but the potential is at least there. So we'll see what they say and what all happens. Thanks, Kerry. Glad you're here. You bet, Stephanie. Glad you're here. So we're still plenty warm here. Dew points at 72 in Tyler, 74 air temp. So that's still a lot of juice in the air mass. 70-degree dew point in October, November, December. That's a lot of moisture. You get into the summertime around here, our dew point stays 70 or better for about 3.5 months. But when you get in, finally we break that cycle about the third week of September. Usually we broke it earlier this year than normal, with that cool front and that cool air mass that came in right after Labor Day. But, normally we end up hanging on to that higher dew point air mass for a little bit longer than we did this year. But I ain't complaining. Tornado watch box. Let's see here. Yeah, Weather Service just kind of disseminating that to all their places. And let's see. Let's see here. Not much else going on across the western counties, so that's good. Let's see here. So we're glad for that. Naomi, yeah, the watch does include the city of Tyler, so we do have the watch box for Tyler. Again, the red, kind of that dark red line that goes across from left to right. I think you guys can see that. Yeah, there it is. You see that. From just north of Bullard over to Troop, over to Henderson. All right. That's going to be the south end of that box. So it'll include Carthage. It'll include Marshall, all of Marion County, all of Cass County. You bet, Gary. Appreciate you being here, man. Not much going on. Gray County area, you guys are rain-free. Rusk County, some light showers coming in out of Nacogdoches County right now. Carthage barely in the box. But, yeah, Jimmy, y'all are in there. So you made it. But nothing doing rain-wise in Panola County or Harrison County, for that matter. Sabine, St. Augustine, Angelina County, you folks, Lufkin, pretty quiet this evening. Got a shower down there near Crockett in Houston County. Quiet around Trinity County right now. Yeah, Kyle, it's pretty prime, man. Pretty juicy. 74 over 72. Temp and dew point. That's a lot of moisture. Ray asking about the yellow box. It's just over the southwest of Gilmer. Yeah, that shower, that thing seems to be losing steam coming into Upshur County. It doesn't look nearly as impressive as it did, 20, 30 minutes ago. Let's look at that. Maybe let's see here. What do we got? Echo tops. We'll look at that. Yeah, that thing doesn't look as impressive as it did. Looking at the cloud tops on that. Thanks, Kristen. I'm honored. I appreciate that. Knack to Hallsville. Could be some stuff a little bit later on summer. Yeah, if that. These showers, notice how all this stuff, it's all moving pretty much southwest to northeast or south to north. So it takes a bit for that to translate in more of an east-west fashion. Good you got the rain there, Michael. Glad for that, man. Lindale area, Candace, pretty quiet compared to what's going on up here closer to the Red River. We'll look at that here just in 1 second. But again, I'd say that storm is pretty much out of Upshur of Titus County. So here we are, Lindale area, western Smith County, pretty good shower there. Some thunder near Van. Lindale, just light showers at the moment. Not a whole lot going on. That watch box, though, again, does include Lindale. New tornado watch till midnight. Pretty good shower there from, across Lake Palestine. From Moore Station back over to Noonday. So that'll continue arcing to the north and east. That'll bring some moderate rainfall to the city of Tyler here. Southwest part of Tyler gets it first. Till 49. Nothing severe in there at the moment. No warnings out for it. Ashley asked about Edom earlier. Just some modest rainfall at the moment. No warnings for you guys. Nothing upstream from you that makes me real nervous at the moment. So that's good. .537, man, and it's almost pitch black out there, isn't it? You bet, Ashley. Oh, John, I appreciate you being here, man. If y'all weren't here, there wouldn't be any reason to get on, so glad we can. Cheryl's got some pretty good rain and wind there in Wheeler. Okay. Good to know, Cheryl. I'm not surprised by that. Still no warnings out for you guys. You bet, Gina. Thank you. I'm glad you're here, Donna. So I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, as far as Ben Wheeler goes, just some pretty good rain in there. But no warnings out for the only warnings we have out is for this decaying storm, which is really over into Upshur County now, and then the warnings that are up for extreme northern Titus County, but the storm itself is exited out of the county. So those are the only significant ones we have right now. Jessica, yeah, we were talking about it here earlier. It's not a huge box. It does go till midnight. It includes everybody really from southern Smith County, and it also includes that easternmost part of Henderson County, Chandler, Moore Station, Brownsboro, over to the east, includes White House. ARP includes Henderson. We'll say Henderson. I mean, the line goes right there through the middle of town. Carthage and Marshall. Yeah, Sasha, you should have gotten something for White Oak for that watch box. No warning, just the watch box. Lindsay, how's 20 looking? Coming from Terrell? I would say not really that bad right now. Not much going on. These storms in here will be the ones that we'll want to watch here for the time being. A lot of heavy rain and thunder in Scroggins. Okay, thanks, Claudia. Appreciate that. You bet, Sasha. Christiane, in the Swan area, you guys just got some lighter rain at the moment. Not much cooking there. Pretty good rain in Bullard. Okay, Dina, thanks for that. Yeah, we just have some decent storms earlier this morning. It always makes you wonder about that, Matthew, because things didn't quite explode as it looked like they could have during the late afternoon hours. But, we're not done yet. So never say never. You're in a different type of a setup here at night. Typically, our severe weather events this time of the year are not these big, blow up, massive instability type setups like you have during the spring and early summer. Usually you depend a lot more on the change in wind speed with height and a lot of what we call shear. You have these high shear and low instability, low cape environments that set up this time of year. They're still good for tornadoes. But when you get into the nighttime hours, the overall pattern will change, and you'll have a little bit more in the way of maybe of some shear in the lower part of the atmosphere that you didn't have earlier on, but you lose some of the daytime heating components. So you kind of switch out sources for thunderstorms to thrive. And so, going into this time of day, you always kind of want to watch and see, well, what is exactly going on aloft and what's going to be able to support something or not. A lot of hail, a lot of rain and thunder in Chandler down 315. Heather, okay, thanks for that. Not surprised to hear that at all. That's a hefty batch of rain coming through Chandler right now. Brownsboro. This is the stuff that was down at Moore Station earlier on and over the south end of Lake Palestine. Yeah, I hate that power flash in Sydney and in Big Sandy. Yeah, I know that's no fun. Still not seeing much out of that thing that prompted the warning for Smith County earlier on. It's completely out of Smith County now and kind of straddling the remnant of it's kind of straddling the Upshur and Wood County line, more of it on the Upshur County side now. Nice little rumble of thunder here in Tyler I'm hearing now. That's from those storms that are coming up from the south. So again, folks in Tyler, South Tyler, Southwest Tyler, in fact, radar looks like these storms are actually trying to get themselves a little bit better organized. See that coming in from the southwest there. Thunder in East Tyler too. Okay, Gina, thanks. Yeah, I'm hearing more thunder here. So we're at 5:45 now. That tornado warning, the severe thunderstorm warning, expiring for Smith and Upshur counties. They have since allowed that tornado warning to expire also for Upshur County, for Titus County, I should say. So that's good. We continue on for Red River County, which is just outside of our area of warning. So good news for that. Joseph's got some pretty good thunder at 110 in Shiloh. Thank you for that, man. Yeah, that's this little cluster coming in out of the southwest. Okay. Nothing severe in there. But again, the tornado watch indicates that we have the potential for things to pick up kind of quickly, so we'll want to monitor that. And in the event that something does come into play that we need to be concerned with, we'll come back in and talk about that. But I don't want to linger on here. We'll come back in and post things as we need to for more garden variety severe thunderstorm warnings and things like that. We can do that through some still images and some radar loops and whatnot. But we'll come back in and talk as we need to. Again, as we talked about earlier, if you see anything, any severe weather at your location or anything you think is noteworthy, please feel free to email that to me, doc@docdeason.com. We'll come back on. If we are live, we'll be live also on YouTube. So if you've got folks who maybe are not on the Facebook side of things, but they are on YouTube, a lot of younger folks are in that ballpark. Feel free to share the link with them. Have them like that page and follow, and then they'll get notified when we hop online for live stuff going forward. So for the time being, we'll step away and get a little bit of water here, and we'll look outside myself and see what in fact is going on. We will talk to you guys here in a little bit. Y'all stay safe. We'll be back as we need to throughout the evening. All right.
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the call